Breakaway in New Zealand took 25 this year and sold 106 homes. What a great effort. Last year, Longmarket helped over 23,000 customers reach their financial goals. And Wealthmarket is now officially open for business, helping customers protect, manage, and grow their money. Breakaway Home now have connected over 20,000 customers with their home units and saved them thousands of dollars. Over the past year, Breakaway Projects helped 15,000 miners with their search for a new home. From Double Bay to Surfers Paradise, Penrith to Oakland, we have over 50 active projects keeping us busy. Now, whilst all this is great, what we're really most proud of is the experiences we've given our customers. 20,000 10 out of 10s. Now, we truly do think that qualifies. Now we're in 10 countries. We have more than 12,000 property specialists. And this year alone, we welcome more than 70 new officers to the family. It's not about changing the world. It's about changing the world for our customers. It's their story to write. It's their happy place to find. It's their life to discover. It's their dreams to fulfill. And it's our job to follow. So, alright, let's see where this journey takes us. We sold more than $45 billion worth of property. Let's call it 38,000 homes. Well, I think that qualifies. Our commercial business just keeps adding. It's not just about scale. We transacted more than 8,300 properties. Redwhite Concierge provided over 40,000 Redwhite customers with wholesale insurance. We also increased our general insurance portfolio to over 14 million dollars. And Redwhite Hotels sold over 30 hotels last year. That's more hotels than there are on the Vegas Strip. And White Hotels has in excess of $300 million worth of projects underway on this. And Redwhite Property Management has got over 200,000 rental properties internationally. That number just blows my mind. I've only one word for that, and it's great. Redwhite Rural last year sold $1.6 billion in property. The number of 8 million head of livestock. Redwhite projects have got 15,000 miles of their social media. From Double Bay to Surface Paradise, Penrith to Oakland, we have over 50 active projects here in this area. Now, whilst all this is great, what we're really most proud of is the experiences we give with our customers. 20,000 tenant tenants. Now, we truly do think that's a qualifier. This year alone, we welcomed more than 70 new officers to the family.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If we could have your attention, please. A very good evening to our in-room auction number 25 here for Ray White Glenroy. We welcome you on this fantastic, it's almost a summer's day and a summer's night, and this is what we love about auctioneering in this sort of weather. Welcome on behalf of all our vendors here tonight. We have 5 in-room auctions tonight. On behalf of all of the directors of our office, Zia, Mette, Dee and myself and all our staff who are here to assist you. Dominic Scamboloni is my name. I'm very proud to be your auctioneer here tonight. The order of sale here tonight, we'll be starting with the property in Gervin Street, Broadmeadows, and then Camp Road, Broadmeadows, Sunset Boulevard, Chicana, Augustine Terrace in Glenroy, and Shepherd Street in Glenroy. The great thing about all these offerings tonight, all these properties suit either an owner-occupier, an investor, or a developer. So for those of you who are here to bid in that realm, or you're here to bid for somebody, please bid with absolute confidence. The research that we've done with all these properties is that every one of these that we've got on offer tonight is within a 9 or 10 kilometre distance to the Melbourne Airport. And I want you to think about that for a minute, because the Melbourne Airport is accepting a lot of visitors internationally and interstate, and not just on a business level, but on a personal level. And you may have a lot of family members coming in from interstate or overseas, and that's not a thing that you need to underestimate. In fact, it should be something that is on top of your radar when you're here thinking about purchasing, whether you want to live in one of these properties here tonight and you're here to bid to buy, or invest, or develop. The Melbourne Tullamarine Airport is on a global stage now. The other fantastic factor about all the 5 properties is the proximity that they are to public transport, whether it be a train or a bus, the network that surrounds it, plus the ring roads and the Tullamarine Freeway, the Western Ring Road, the ring road out to Greensborough, and all the infrastructure that's going on around Melbourne at the moment. If you look at every one of these properties and where they're located, all I can say to you tonight is bid with absolute confidence. I am obliged to read to you the general conditions of sale and the auction conditions we've had on display here, and they are as follows: that the auctioneer may make 1 or more bids on behalf of the vendor at any time during the auction. The auctioneer may refuse any bid. I may determine the amount by which the bidding may be advanced. The auctioneer may withdraw the property from sale at any time. The auctioneer may refer a bid to the vendor at any time before the conclusion of the auction. If there is a dispute concerning a bid, I as the auctioneer will have the last decision regarding that dispute. The auctioneer must not accept any bid or offer for a property that is made after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. And in terms of vendor bids, I as an auctioneer, I don't like taking vendor bids, but if there's a situation that does present itself that I have to tonight, I'll make that openly clear to you. Basically, the clause that states within the law of Victoria, it allows vendors to choose to have bids made for them by the auctioneer. If this is the case, it will be stated as the first rule applying to the auction. However, these bids cannot be made for co-owner intending to bid to purchase the property from their co-owners. So in the nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, keeping the language as simple as we possibly can, if I'm making a vendor bid, I will state that pretty plainly and pretty openly to you. So we're going to kick it off with Gervin Street, Broadmeadows. In the absence of any questions from the floor before we kick it off? So we'll start with 2 at 34 Gervin Street, Broadmeadows, which we've got on the screen now. It's a lovely, lovely 3-bedroom townhouse, 1 bathroom, 1 car, Unit 2 at 34 Gervin Street, Broadmeadows. It's on a boutique block of only 3. It's the middle unit. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 car space, immaculately presented throughout the whole campaign. The beauty about this is that there is no body corporate. It's a freestanding property. Can somebody give me a fair and reasonable start for Unit 2 at 34 Gervin Street in Broadmeadows? Fair and reasonable start. Somewhere in the low 300s I'm looking for, 330, 340 as a start. 2 at 34 Gervin Street. 320, sir, thank you. I'll accept that as a start. 320,000 to the gentleman here in the centre seeking a rise of 10,000. At 320,000 bid clearly here, seeking a rise of 10 to 330 anywhere. At 320 bid here. At 320 bid clearly, is there 10 in the rise anywhere to 330? At 320,000, 30 here. At 30 here bid Back at you, sir, if you like, at 40. At 40 with a nod. At 40 with a nod, 50 if you like. At 40 between two at the moment. At 340,000 bid here with the opening bidder. At 340,000 looking for an increase of 10 in the rise to 50 if you like. At 340, fairly bid and offered here. At 340, at 50. At 50, back at 50, at 60, sir, if you like. At 50 here. At 50 here. I'd like you to nod this way, sir. At 350,000 bid here, looking for a 10 in the rise to 60. Or is there another 10 in the room anywhere else? At 350,000 is the bid here, looking for 10 to 60 if you like. At 350, think about it, sir. At 350, the bid looking for 10 in the rise to 60. At $350,000 if you like. 355, I'll hold that bid, sir. I'm still looking for 10, but I will come back to you. Still looking for 10, but I'll come back to you. 350 bid here, looking for 360 anywhere. At $350,000, first call. At $350,000 bid here, second call. Is there 10 to 60 anywhere at all? At $350,000 bid squarely here. Is there a 10 in the rise? For 2 at 34 Gerbert. 350. Is there a 10 in the rise anywhere? Sir, I will accept your $5,000 there if you confirm that. Thank you very much. At 355,000 bid with the opening bidder. At 355,000, I'll give you the same opportunity to 360. At 355,000 is bid here, front and centre, looking for an increase of 5. Would you come back at 60, sir? At 355,000 bid here, looking for an increase of 5 to take me to 60, or anywhere else in the room, an increase of 5,000. 5 only, at 355, fairly bid and offered here, front and centre, first call at $355,000 for 2 at 34 Gerbert. At 355 bid here for the second call, looking for 360 anywhere. At $355,000 for the third and final call. I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that if we do happen to pass the property in, sir, you at the moment hold the exclusive right to negotiate with the vendor. We're not quite at the reserve yet. And to remind everybody else, if you want to be in that position, that exclusive right to negotiate with the vendor, you must have the last bid. At $355,000, bid squarely here. At $355,000 bid, bidder at the start. At $355,000, I will exercise my right now to make a vendor bid, and I hope it's the one and only vendor bid of $380,000. Still seeking a rise of $5,000. My bid as a vendor bid at $380,000, seeking a rise of 5 from you, sir, or here at the front. At $380,000 is my bid as a vendor bid, seeking a rise of 5. See, this way, sir. This way's better. This way's better and you might buy it. At $380,000, seeking a rise of 5. At $380,000 for the first call, seeking a rise of $5,000 only. At $380,000 for the second call, an increase of 5. An increase of 5, sir. It's better this way. It's good exercise for the neck. At $380,000 for the third and final call, is there $5,000 only, sir, to put you in the box seat to negotiate exclusively with the vendor. At $380,000 for 2 at 34 Gerbert, is there an increase of 5? I'll count it down again. First call at 380, second call at 380, 2.5, sir. How about 2.5? I can't be fairer than that. An opportunity for 2,500 front and centre, or to the right, or anywhere else. At $380,000 bid, first, second, third, and final call for 2 at 34 Gerbert Street, Broadmeadows. 380 is the bid, seeking a rise of 2.5, front and centre, or to the right. Bid. Nothing there. Okay. At $380,000, ladies and gentlemen. We're holding over, passing in, Holmes. Pass it in. At $380,000, ladies and gentlemen, the instructions are to pass it in if there's no better bid. I'll be fair and I'll even take $1,000 if that makes it easier. At $380,000, bid for 34, 2 at 34 Gerbert. First, second, third, and final call. If there's no further bid, we'll pass the property in and deal privately. Sir, 1,000? 1? How about give me 1? Please. You'll go somewhere else tonight, you'll probably spend double that. At 300, you should be a happy man, the Tigers want the flash. At $380,000, on a serious note, seeking a rise of $1,000, sir. Sir, at front. At $380,000, third and final call, Well, at that level, ladies and gentlemen, we will pass the property in and negotiate privately with Ollie himself. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep the auction going now, and we will start with Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. And the great thing about this property in terms of what I mentioned earlier and public transport, there is a bus stop right opposite this property. So if you rely on public transport to get to the train or into town, it's right across the road. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-car property at 320 Camp Road, Broadmeadows, and looking for a start of, let's say, $380,000. If there's investors or owner-occupiers in the crowd looking for a start of 370, sir, I'll accept that. Thank you. At 370, it gives us a start, and I'll seek a rise of 10. At 370 to start here and seeking a rise of $10,000. At $370,000 bid, is there an increase of 10? 380 bid there. 380 at the back against you, sir. Come back at 390 if you like. At 380 at the back between two, looking for 390. At 380, fairly bid and offered. At $380,000 for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. At $380,000 seeking a 10 to 390 if you like. At $380,000 bid. At $380,000 bid, is there a 10 increase anywhere at all? Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. At $320,000, still looking for 10. Hold your 5, I will come back to you. I'm still looking for a rise of 10 to 90. At $380,000 bid, for the first call, right and centre at the back. At $380,000 for the second call, seeking for a rise of 10 to 90. At $380,000 bid here. For the third, 90. Thank you. At 390, back at 400 if you like, man. At 390 bid here. At 390 bid here, looking for rounding off to $400,000. At 390 bid at the front. At 390 bid for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road. At 390 a bid, rounding off to 400, seeking an increase of 10.
Would you take 5?
Not yet, still looking for 10, Tim. At 390,000 is bid here. At 390 bid for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. Fantastic property, spotless presentation, great location. Think about that, I've talked about that a lot already. At $390,000 bid, looking for an increase of 10 to 400. Do we go at 400? At 390 bid here, it's against you. Looking for a bid of 400. Do we go at 400?
Let's go.
Do we want to go at 400? At 390,000 bid here. Quick bid's a good bid. Rounding off to 400. At $390,000. First call, bid here. Second call at 390. Third call at $390,000. Rounding off to 400. At 400. At 390, 400. Thank you very much. At 400 bid. Against your sir, bids at the back at 400, seeking for a rise of 10. At $400,000, I'm glad you're happy. At $400,000 bid, come back at 410 if you like. At $400,000 bid at the back. At $400,000 for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road. Looking for a rise of 410 here or anywhere else. At $400,000 bid, it's the bid's with you. You hold the keys at the moment. At $400,000, a rise of 10 anywhere at the front, left or right. The bid's at the back and the centre at the moment. At $400,000, first call, at $400,000 bid. Second call, the bid's against you, sir. You want to come back at 10? At $400,000, fairly bid and offered. For Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road, $400,000 the bid. The bid's here, centre at the back. Is there a $10,000 increase anywhere at all, ladies and gentlemen? At $400,000, evenly bid. Is there a 10 anywhere? We're seeking instructions. At $400,000, still looking for a rise of 10. For Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows, as we said earlier, fantastic location, public transport to the train. If you rely on that to get into town for work, the airport we've talked about, all the infrastructure, only fairly bid, $400,000, looking for an increase of 10. Seeking instructions, I'll count it down. First call at $400,000. Second call at $400,000. Sir, do you want to come back in at 10? At $400,000 for the third and final call. Any news, Vince?
So There's always news.
There's always news. When you've got it, please tell me. The bid's still here at $400,000 for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road. I'll take you 5. I will take you 5. At 405, and I'll give you the same opportunity, man. 405 is a bid here, same opportunity at 410. At $405,000, same opportunity at the back or to anybody else in the room. At 405, fairly bid and offered here for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road, seeking a rise of an extra 5 to 10. At 405. 405 is a bid. First call at $405,000. Second call at $405,000. Another 5 to 10. Yes? Thank you very much. At 410 bid. At 410 bid, against you sir now, looking for 15. At 410,000, fairly bid and offered. At 410,000 for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road. At 410, the bid's at the back. Looking for 415, sir. It's against you, the bid's at the back at 410. Is there an increase of 5 anywhere at all? Front here or anybody else in the room? At $410,000, fairly bid and offered for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. Remembering, I do remind you, if the property does pass in, the losing bidder has the right to negotiate exclusively with us and the vendor. And that's a right not to be underestimated. So the bid is at the back at 410, looking for 415. Is there a bid here at front, Vince? At 410, looking for an increase of 5. Anywhere at all? Let's seek instructions. The bid's at the back at $410,000 for the first call. For the second call at 410. For the third and final call at 410. Looking for an increase of $5,000. The bid's still with you, man. At 410, seeking a rise of $5,000, sir. 5. Have a think. Anybody else in the room? At 410, the bid's at the back. At $410,000 for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows, seeking a rise of 5. Is there an increase of 5 anywhere at all? At $410,000, fairly bid here, front and centre. Seeking a rise of $5,000 anywhere. Vince, is there another 5 here? Okay. $410,000 the bid. Bid is front and centre at the back. Need some instructions from the vendor, Tim, as to what we're doing. At 410 the bid. Is there an increase of 15? Need some instructions from the vendor so we can be clear and concise as to what we're doing. 410's the bid here, seeking for a rise of 5. Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. I'll count it down again. First call at 410. Second call at 410. Bids at the back. Third and final call at $410,000. We're just seeking instructions. Looking for a rise of $5,000. Is there an increase of 5? Anywhere at all? 5 here? You sure? Looking for a rise of 5 anywhere. The bid's still here at 410. There's no further bid, ladies and gentlemen. At $410,000. Third and final call. There's no further bid. Then we'll pass the property in. I just need some instructions from the boys at the back. At 410. At $410,000, ladies and gentlemen, for Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road. We're selling? We're selling. We're on the market. We have confirmation that we are on the market. At $410,000, the property will be sold if there's no further bid. So the bid's against you, sir. $415 will buy it. We know that. At the moment, the buyer is at the back. At $410,000, or anybody else who wants to bid now to secure this fantastic property. Unit 1 at 320 Camp Road in Broadmeadows. 410 is the bid. Seeking a rise of 5 here at the front or anywhere else. At $410,000, I'll count it down. You've had ample time. 5,000 increase. I'll take a 2.5 if you like. I'll take a 2.5 if you like. 410's the bid here. First call at $410,000. Second call at $410,000. 2.5 anywhere. At $410,000, the bid's here. We're going to sell, ladies and gentlemen. We're selling. Third and final call at $410,000. Considering a bid, sir? just need to know if you're in or out. At $410,000 for the third and final call. We are selling. Are you sure? At $410,000, we are sold. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your bidding. And congratulations to the successful bidder. Well done. She's very happy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in about 15 seconds, we'll proceed with our third auction at 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue now with auction number 3. You can see the photos on the screen soon. 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana. For those of you who have inspected the home or driven around the whole of Sunset Boulevard, there's probably a great reason why it was called that, because when you look out towards over the road and across the valley, that is where the sun sets, literally. And not like tonight, seriously. There is Sunset Boulevard in California, in Los Angeles, and I can guarantee you that the properties there are much dearer than what we're wanting here tonight for this one. Not to be underestimated. This is a great location. It's a fantastic location. Again, what I said earlier, close to public transport, close to the ring road, close to the train at Glenroy, Pascoe Vale Station. It is fantastic property. It is a 3-bed, 1-bath, 2-car, 10% deposit we're calling for. Settlement terms here tonight, 90 or 120 days from today's date, which takes you into taking possession early in the new year. So 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana. Can I see a starting bid of, say, $460,000? Is there 460 in the room for 94 Sunset Boulevard? 460 with a nod or a wave of the hand to get me started. 94 Sunset, 460 seeking a start. 10% down tonight, balance in 90 or 120 days. Looking for a start, if I should say, of $460,000. But is there a start in the room of 460 to get us going? Not where we 460, sir?
400.
460, sir. Looking for a start of 460.
We're going to start at 400.
Looking for a start. I'll accept your bid of 400, and I'll nominate a vendor bid of 460. I think that's fair. I'll accept your bid, and I'll throw in a vendor bid at 460, and looking for a rise of 10 to 470. So 460 is a bid with me at 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana. Vendor bid at 460, seeking a rise of 10 to 470. At $460,000 bid, let's get the auction moving along. 460 is a vendor bid with me, seeking a rise of 10 to 470. For 94 Sunset, you probably wish you were there now, looking at the Sunset right now. At 460 is a bid with me, looking for an increase of 10,000 in the rise to 470. For 94 Sunset, $460,000. Is there a 10 increase anywhere at all in the room? At $460,000, 10 in the rise, 460 first call, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for an increase of 10 to 470. At $460,000 bid, second call. Is there a 10 in the rise for 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana? 460,000 the bid. Looking for an increase of 10 anywhere. 10 anywhere to take us to 470. Keep the auction moving along. At 460, at 10. At 10 bid now, 470. It's 470. 460 plus 10 is 470. Thank you very much. Thank you for your bid. 470 bid at the back. Fairly bid and offered, looking for a rise of 10 to 80. At $470,000 bid, is there a bid of 480 anywhere? For 94 Sunset. 470 bid, fairly bid and offered here, looking for a 10 in the rise. For 94 Sunset Boulevard, at $470,000 at the back. First call at $470,000, looking for 10 to 480. At $470,000, fairly bid and offered for 94 Sunset Boulevard. Second call at 470. Is there 480 anywhere? 480, thank you, sir. Thank you for your bid. Thank you for your bid. 10 at the back, 480, looking for an increase to 490. Both bidders at the back at the moment. 480, it's against you. 480 the bid, seeking a rise of 10 to 490. At $480,000, the bid is here. At 480 bid, looking for 490. At $480,000, 10 in the rise to take me to 490 at the back or anywhere else in the room. At $480,000, fairly bid and offered for 94 Sunset Boulevard at $480,000. Bid here. First call at 480. It's against you. 480 is the bid here. Second call at $480,000. Seeking an increase of 10 to take me to 490. At 480 the bid is here. You sure, sir? At $480,000. Looking for 10 to take us to 490. At $480,000. Third and final call. Bid is here. Left at the back. $480,000. Is there a 10 in the rise?
Take 5.
Not yet. I'll come back to you. At 480 the bid. Still looking for 10s. At $480,000 bid here. Still looking for an increase of 10 to take you to 490. At $480,000 fairly bid and offered for 94 Sunset Boulevard. 10 in the rise to take us to 490. First call. Second call at $480,000. Third call at $480,000. Looking for 490. At $480,000 bid here. Third and final call at 480. The bid's against you. At $480,000. Are you sure you're done? At $480,000, looking for an increase of 10. First, second, third, and final call. $480,000 is the bid. I'll remind you again, if we do pass the property in, the losing bidder has the exclusive right to deal at the vendor's reserve. I can't stress that enough, ladies and gentlemen. So at 480 the bid, a rise to 490, an increase of 10 anywhere. At $480,000. First, second, third, and final call. Seeking a rise to 490. $480,000 bid here. Make it 490. 480 bid. Make it 490, and you'll be in the box seat. At $480,000. Seeking a 10 to take us to 490. At 480 bid. 10. Yes?
Yes.
Yes? You know you want it. Yes? At 480 bid, looking for 490. First, second, this man wants me to wind it up. I know you do, sir. I've got to be fair and equitable to everybody. At $480,000, the bid is yours. Seeking a rise of 10 to 490. At $480,000 for 94 Sunset Boulevard, a rise of 10 to 90. You couldn't value this property for within $10,000. I'll remind you of that. $480,000 is the bid. Fairly bid here at the back on the left. 480 bid. First, second, third, and final call. Vince, is the 5 still there? I'll accept the 5,000. I'll accept the 5. I'll accept the 5 at 485. And I'll thank you. Confirmed at 485. And sir, I'll give you the same opportunity. 500? 500,000? No, 5,000. 490. 490 is the bid. 490 is the bid. It's back here. It's against you. We're going to get there anyway. At 490 the bid, now seeking 495, or you could choose to go to 500,000 to see if that makes that a knockout bid. At 490,000 is the bid. At 490 bid, seeking 5,000 in the rise. At 490,000 bid, the bid's against you. First call at 490,000 for 94 Sunset Boulevard. The bid's here, on the back on the left. Second call at $490,000. Seeking a rise of 5,000 bids. 490, the bid's here. Seeking 495 for the third and final call at $490,000. We're seeking instructions, remembering again, if we do pass in, the losing bidder has the exclusive right to negotiate. At the moment, we're at $490,000 for 94 Sunset Boulevard. Seeking a rise of 5 anywhere at $490,000. First, second, third, and final call. You sure you're done and silent? At $490,000. Set. At what number? 490 is the bid here. 490 is the bid, seeking a rise of 5. 490 is the bid. $490,000 is the bid. Seeking a rise of 5 in here. Would you like to go another 5 at the back? You sure? 490,000 is here. It's against you. Seeking a rise of 5 anywhere. Count it down. First, second, third, and final call. Are you sure you're done? 490 is the bid. 490 is the bid. Well, then I'll use my right as auctioneer to make a vendor bid of $500,000. So the bid's with me now, sir. $500,000 is the bid. Still seeking a rise of $5,000. Still looking for 505. 500,000 is the vendor bid with me. Seeking a rise of $5,000 here, or anywhere else in the room. At $500,000 the bid. Seeking a rise of $5,000 anywhere. At the back at the right, back on the left, or anywhere else. For 94 Sunset Boulevard, first call at $500,000. With me, the bid's with me, seeking a rise of $5,000. Second call at $500,000. Seeking a rise of $5,000 anywhere. Third and final call.
You think $1,000?
How about 2.5, sir? 502.5.
How about 1.5?
1,500, sir. 501, 500. I'll accept the bid. I'll give you the same opportunity. That'll make it 503. At the moment, the bid's here. 501, 500. The bid is here. Thank you, sir. I accept and thank you for your bid. 501, 500 for 94 Sunset Boulevard. Fairly bid and offered here, the back and the left. Seeking a rise, 503 here, or round me off to 505 if you like. At 501, 500, the bid is here. First call at 501,500 for 94 Sunset Boulevard. Second call at 501, 500. Seeking a rise of 1,500, or somebody round me off to 505 if you like. Third call at 501, 500 for 94 Sunset Boulevard in Jacana. The bid's here. I'll remind you again, if we pass it in, this gentleman has the exclusive right to negotiate at the vendor's reserve. So $501,500. If there's no better bid, we're going to pass the property in. I'll count it down again. First call. Second call. We'll hold it over. Okay. 50. Yep, done. 501, 500. Third and final call. We're not going to pass the property in, sir. We're going to hold it over. We're seeking instructions again from our vendor, and if we have to reintroduce the auction, we'll reintroduce the auction again. We'll hold it over for now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue with auction number 4 shortly. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue with auction number 4, which is on your screen now, Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace in Glenroy. It's Unit 3 at the back. It's only a small block of 3. It's a single-storey villa. So if you're not concerned about stairs, there are none here. It's a fantastic property in immaculate condition, quality built. You see the internal photos going through on the screen there. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 car. Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace, Glenroy. As mentioned earlier, in terms of location, it's close to everything that you could possibly want. It's a fantastic unit. We're looking for 10% deposit tonight, balance in 30 or 60 days for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace in Glenroy. And we're looking for an opening bid of $420,000 anywhere in the room. Is there a start of 420 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace? A nod or a hand in the air to start me.
Definitely not.
At 420, seeking a rise of 420 bid here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your opening bid at 420, seeking a rise of 10 to take me to 430. At 420 bid here, is there a rise of 10 to take me to 430 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace? At 420 the bid here, looking for a 10 in the rise to take me to 430. At 420,000, fairly bid and offered. Is there an increase at 10? Anywhere at all, Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace in Glenroy. 420 the bid. Is there 10 in the rise anywhere? Looking for 430. $420,000 bid. Fairly bid and offered. At 420. Is there a 10 in the rise anywhere? To take me to 430. Well, I'll exercise my right and I'll take a vendor bid of $430,000. Sir, that's my bid. $430,000 as a vendor bid. Seeking a rise of another 10 to 440 if you like, here or anywhere else. At $430,000 bid with me, 440, thank you, sir. Thank you for your bid. At $440,000 genuinely bid here. At 440 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. At 440, seeking a rise of 10 anywhere to take me to 450. at $440,000. Fairly bid and offered here. Is there a 10 in the rise to take me to 450? Fantastic single story unit in only a block of 3. It's the back unit, a lot of privacy, a lot of quietness. Fairly bid and offered here. $440,000. Seeking a rise of 10 anywhere to take me to 450 at $440,000. Fairly bid and offered. Bid here, is there an increase of 10? Is there an increase of 10? 440 bid here. I'll exercise my right to take another vendor bid at $460,000. At 460, vendor bid, seeking a rise of 10 to 470. At 460, the bid's with me, seeking a rise of 10 to 470. Would you like to come back at a 10 to 470, sir, or anybody else in the room? At 460, the bid's with me, seeking a rise of 10. 10 here at the centre, or on the right, or anywhere else. At $460,000, fairly bid and offered. The bid's with me, seeking a rise of 10. First call at $460,000. Looking for an increase of 10 to 470. Second call at $460,000. Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. $460,000 bid. England Roy seeking a rise at 10 anywhere. 5, sir. I'll take 5. How about 5? Can't be fairer than that. 465. 465? Yes? At 465? 465, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. At 465, fairly bid and offered here. At 465,000 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. The bid is here. The gentleman that started 465 the bid, fairly bid and offered, looking for an increase of 5 to take me to 470. At 465 is the bid. First call at $465,000 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. The bid's with you, sir. Second call at 465 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. Fairly bid and offered here at 465. Seeing a rise anywhere. A $5,000 increase to 470. At $465,000. Fairly bid and offered. Third and final call at 465 the bid here. Is there an increase of 5? Anywhere at all for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. 465 is the bid. Increase of 5 to take me to 470 or nominate the increase as you like. At 465 the bid. Nominate the increase as you like. Beautiful unit, great complex, quiet block of 3, single story, rear unit, loads of privacy, great location. 465 is the bid. First, second, third and final call. Seeking an increase above 465 for Unit 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace at 465. I'm going to increase our bid to 466. 466, thank you. Thank you, sir. An increase to 466. Sell? We're going to sell. It's on the market. We're selling. We're selling now at $466,000. Fairly bid and offered right here. Anybody else will seek a rise? Still, took 1,000 here. We'll give everybody else an opportunity at a $1,000 increase. Bid to buy 3 at 40 Augustine Terrace. First call at $466,000. Fairly bid and offered here. Is there an increase of 1,000 anywhere at all? Second call at 466,000. Fairly bid and offered here. Is there an increase of 1,000 anywhere? At $466,000. Third and final call. We're selling at $466,000. We are sold. Congratulations, sir. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you for your bid. Well, a few moments' time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue with Unit 2, number 10 in Shepherd Street, Glenroy, in about 20 or 30 seconds.
Being cognizant at the back here.
You come back to 5-2.
I'll stay over here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. Unit 2, I should say, number 10, Shepherd Street, Glenroy. As the photos go through on the screen, you can see lovely red brick construction, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car. Yes, Vince? Okay. You've got nothing to get, have you? Fantastic. 3-bedroom, look at that beautiful kitchen. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car, beautiful breakfast bench, beautiful modern kitchen, fantastic meals and living area, great property, great location. We're looking for 5 or 10% deposit tonight, balance in 60 or 90 days for Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street, Glenroy, and we're looking for an opening bid of $540,000. Is there 540 in the room?
Yeah.
Is there 540? Thank
40,
you.
yes, yes,
Thank you
yes.
very much. Thank you very much. At 540 to start, seeking a rise of 10. Seeking a rise of 10 to take me to 550. 540 to start here, thank you. At 540 to start, looking for a rise of 10 for Unit 2 at number 10 Shepherd Street, Glenroy. 540 fairly bid and offered. 540,000 fairly bid and offered here, looking for a rise of 10 to 50 if you will. At 540 bid, at $540,000 bid, looking for a rise of 10. 550 anywhere, at $540,000 fairly bid here. Is there an increase of 10 anywhere in the room? At 540 bid here, fairly bid and offered Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street. At $540,000 bid. First call at 540. Second call at $540,000 bid here. Is there an increase of 10 anywhere? At $540,000 for Unit 2, number 10 Shepherd Street, in Glenroy. Is there an increase of 10 anywhere? Bids right here at $540,000. I'll seek my right now, ladies and gentlemen, to take a vendor bid of $560,000. Vendor bids with me at $560. Still looking for an increase of 10 to take us to $570. At $560, the bids with me. Seeking a rise of 10 to $570 for Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street, Glenroy. Seeking a rise of 10 to $570. $560 is a bid with me. Beautiful 3-bedroom red brick home. Beautiful inside and out. $560 the bids with me. Looking for a rise of 10 to $570. At $560,000. First call bid at $560. Looking for a rise of 10 to $70. At $560 bid. Second call. For Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street, Glenroy. Looking for a rise of 10 to $70. At $560,000. Bids with me at the moment. Looking for a rise of 10 to $570. For Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street, Glenroy. Is there a rise of 10 anywhere in the room? Third and final call. Bids at $560. Looking for a rise of $10,000 only to take me to $570. Beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car. Beautiful red brick construction, great location. Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street. $560 is a bid. Looking for a rise of 10 to $570. If it helps, I'll take an increase of 5. I'd like to come back into 5 now. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. At $565, fairly bid here. Same opportunity to everybody else in the room. At $565 bid here. Looking for $570 now. At $565,000 bid. For Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street in Glenroy. $565 the bid here. Is there an increase of 5? Anywhere at all? $565 the bid here. $565 is the bid. First call at $565. Second call at $565. Third call at $565,000. I'll seek my right again, taking a vendor bid of $580,000. $580,000 bid with me. I will come back and I'll still seek an instruction of 5 to take me to $585. So $580,000. Fairly bid with me. Seeking a rise of 5 to take me to $585. For Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street in Glenroy. $580,000. Fairly bid and offered. Is there 5,000 in the room? Take me to $585. 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car. Great location. Great property. $580,000 a bid. Looking for a rise of 5 anywhere. What about, how about 2.5, man? Would you do 2.5? 580, 2.5? 581? I will accept that. Thank you. At $581,000 the bid, and I'll extend that opportunity to anybody else in the room. Unit 2 at 10 Shepherd Street in Glenroy. Fairly bid and offered here. $581,000. Looking for an increase of an extra 1,000 to take me to 582. At 581, the bid here. I'll count it down while we seek instructions. At 581 bid, first call at $581,000. Bid here, $581,000 bid. Second call, is there an increase of one anywhere? At 581,000, fairly bid an offer here. Third and final call, the bid's still here, holding over. At $581,000, we will hold this auction over. We will seek further instructions from the vendor and reopen the auction bidding if we have to. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention and your attendance. Thank you. Right.
Good on you. 581. Okay, that's it.
Closing the account. Doesn't matter. I got plenty to destroy. Okay, so now we're at 540. Good news. You've come back at 520. They will sell at 530. Cool. Let's split the difference with you now.